Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me tonight. Go ahead and hit that like button and become a subscriber to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate that. Tonight we're going to be reacting to another episode of The Grand Hustle with Mogul T.I. This is the 9th episode, and so let's see what entrepreneurship type tips we can learn from the participants. Let's check it out.
Hey, raising money for the community.
Yes.
Chip was happy with it.
Toast it, toast it.
Tehran is here. It's gonna be George. Look at it. He's taking forever.
Are you sure?
Congrats, bro. George is with them.
Ah.
So what happened up there?
Yes, please do.
You go off of past performances? Basically. I spoke.
No one is too upset that Jill did not come back. Did y'all read that?
To Jill, like right before, and I just told her how proud I was of her because I felt like she was the person that changed the most or took the most out of this.
Absolutely. Who that is?
What's the word? Y'all made another week, huh?
Correct.
I see Kata walk in, and so we know right then and there it's game time. Put on your face and get back to business.
Well, it's time for y'all to make y'all way upstairs, man.
Oh,
What do
man.
you mean?
Another challenge, another hustle.
Right now?
The hustle don't stop.
Let's go.
Okay, go right into the next challenge.
We don't care.
Still got the bow tie on.
Well, I was so excited about this next mission, man. I just had to get it off my chest right now. And I also want to give you as much time as possible on this challenge. This is going to be a huge task. Becoming a part of this organization and actually having an opportunity to earn a six-figure salary on this roster, I mean, it's immeasurable. So you all have to make sure that you are operating on your greatest level. So let's get down to business. I want both teams to create a movie pitch. It's going to include a treatment of your story, a storyboard, and a movie poster. You'll be provided with the crew you'll need to create the poster. And then you'll pitch your movie to me and the president of Grand Hustle, Doug Peterson. You're gonna make your case as to how this can be an asset to my bottom line and how it can be a viable source of income. And I hope you're not tired, because I am asking you to pick your points now.
Come on, Tehran, step up. I need Tehran and Crystal.
Let's rock it.
All right, who we
It's a
going
big
with?
one.
Sierra's the
Okay,
point for Team
Sierra,
Grand.
come on with
I
it,
do feel
girl.
like I am the best as a
Come with
leader
it.
for this team. I can give them leadership. I can show them, how to stay focused. Put me in any situation, I'm able to adapt to it.
Say that.
Jonathan's the point for Team Hustle.
Okay, Jonathan.
There's a lot on the line for me. I'm point for the second time. T.I. is gonna be looking for the best out of me, and I just hope that I can present that to him.
Now, the genre of your movie. Team Grand, you get the romantic comedy.
I love romantic comedy. It's so many different markets that we
Oh,
can target.
here we go.
So Team Hustle, you have the action movie.
Action movies are way better than rom-coms. Look, everybody likes them. Girls, guys, kids, old people, we gonna kill it.
I hope your dreams inspire you. I urge you to get some sleep. I am not easy to impress.
You know what? Before he said his goodbye, with the romantic comedy for the Grand Team with Sierra and Tehran on it, I hope they don't put themselves in it as the romantic comedy. I think that would be a grand mistake. But let's see what they choose as they go into the team strategy meetings.
See you later.
All right, good night. Thank you.
Role models, gold bottles, yeah, we get lit. I'ma sell it how I like it, I'ma sell it quick.
All right, guys, our main thing has to be time management. We have to get pitch, storyboards, photo shoots, and movie posters accomplished. So let's give each other roles
like
now,
that
you know what I mean?
dress she
Producer
has on.
oversees the entire pitch process, so I could do that. Writer, responsible for writing treatment and breakdown of scene for storyboard artists. For our hustle this week, there are a lot of tasks.
doing that?
So delegating the roles was very important. KG and I have written before, so I feel like you would be great as a writer. I can help you out with that, you know, and photography. Do you feel comfortable doing that? Confident doing that?
Yeah.
Something
Team
different
Hustle
than
has some
accounting.
A1 winners, so about to do this. We meet with the storyboard artist at 4.
It's 1:40 now.
Alright, friends, romantic comedy. Like, I did treatments as far as like television shows, so I'm feeling good as far as myself personally. But
on.
it's only 3 of us left. Whoever doesn't carry their own weight, they'll just see the door. Okay, so let's go over roles. Producer, I'm thinking myself for that.
Cool. That's great.
Okay. Writer, Teron for that.
That's cool.
Photographer, I'm thinking George.
Hey, all right, cool. I'm just a photographer around here. I'm not the leader of this challenge, so I'm gonna defer to her. All I can think to myself is we gotta do a good job on this one. We gotta bury the other team. I mean, I'm just tired of them. We gotta send them packing.
You're the point, so you should be the lead on it, but we should all contribute equally.
Oh, I'm overseeing everything.
Right.
Okay, well, do you have an idea what we want to do?
We definitely wanted to highlight a black female,
Yeah.
like a young girl that loses her parents to, you know, some kind of police brutality, and gets adopted by an Angela Davis type of figure, you know, type of woman, and trains her to fight the higher authorities that want her, you know, out. You know,
Kind of like a female, like
Malcolm X. There you go.
Yeah. The concept's really cool, and I really think T.I. will dig it. I love action movies.
Okay, so
Actor options.
yes, pull that up.
I know Gracie, her personality is nice and things like that. Sometimes I feel like she could be a little bit too passive sometimes. And so, let's see.
Thinking about the young girl.
If she steps up.
Carolyn Toomer or Joy.
We were looking at different actors that we actually want, and I feel like black women are very underrepresented in action movies. I wanted to make sure we had a prominent black woman that can kick some ass and look good
They got
doing
a
it.
photographer.
Joy.
They got to create a poster. And so they have to think,
Well,
get
first, what are
models
your
that be
ideas
in
as far
those
as a
characters.
romantic
That's pretty
comedy?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, I had a crazy idea. What I'm thinking is, Teron and I fall in love, we take this trip.
Cool. No.
Or should we be on a honeymoon?
Like a vacation,
I hope she just playing.
retreat type ordeal.
And we leave our child with you for maybe about a few days, and then we get stuck. And now you raising our child from here on out, but we have no form of communication. You don't know how to raise children.
That'll work.
I see all of the rom, but none of the com. Seriously, we gotta stop focusing on this romance and move over to comedy because it's not gonna be funny if one of us gets sent home. Nah, I wasn't supposed to.
The comedy is you, George. Like, you're the comedy because you don't know anything about taking care of children. So that's the focus that he needs to be reassured on. But they are really going with a idea where it puts her in this romance that Teron has going on back in the forefront. And that's not what she wanted. So I'm really looking forward to see how this pans out for her.
You need a babysitter, but y'all call me last minute.
That's what I'm thinking too.
But you don't necessarily trust me with your kids.
Right.
But, I mean, since y'all already booked this vacation and y'all can't get no refund.
I know who we can count on. Uncle G.
And I'm be like,
I got you, dog.
I'm not worried that revisiting this romance is taken away from the hustle. I feel like we're kind of capitalizing off of it. I will say, working side by side with
Now is not the
Teron
time to
is
capitalize
harder
on
than
it.
I expected, just because I still have those feelings for him. But I gotta focus on this hustle. Now, as far as the actor,
I see where she going, and if she trying to, I know this was still early. This was back in 2018 that this was being shot. So this was, I think it was before all of the reality stuff. I'm not sure, you know. But if she's trying to strategically place a seed where they will be a spinoff, maybe. But that's not the purpose of this game or this competition. And so I would run from anything depicting me in a romance with something in that environment. I would not do that. I wouldn't even advise that be done, especially if she's trying to make sure that this relationship doesn't cut in front of her skills and recognition for that. So
We need a child.
I'm nervous for her, y'all.
And a stripper.
What is the stripper about?
I'm supposed to be teaching a child bad habits. So I'm gonna have a girlfriend who's a stripper. I'm gonna call her Snow Bunny.
All right.
I ain't never writing no movie, but putting it together, throwing ideas out, seeing how it would flow.
What you got so far?
Let me write this last night. It's just a matter of making it all work. So we'll see, man. So Rashid is the daughter.
She's gonna be the daughter, okay? And Jordan is gonna be your stripper turned girlfriend. This is about to be crazy.
If you need help with the pitch, I'll help you with the pitch.
George, I'm making an executive decision here. You're not gonna speak at all.
Thanks.
And then now that I think about it, isn't that it's another movie? Isn't that like the same thing as Uncle Buck? Wasn't that a movie with dang, his picture is right on the top of my head. Mike Epps. Mike Epps did a movie, I think, called Uncle Buck, where it was like this same type of concept. So let's see if it's going to be too similar, if it's going to be something different.
T.I. repeatedly stated that he does not like when George not only presents, but he doesn't even like when George speaks. So I think it's a good idea to not have him a part of this presentation at all.
Let's go.
All right, let's go to our spot.
Nay, this is gonna be a heavy one.
It's hard.
Yeah, I know it. Here it is, here it is. We get to the studio, I'm looking around, I'm like, oh snap, you know, it's real professional looking. I'm feeling like big time. And then we meet up with our graphic designer and our storyboard artist. We want to kind of talk to you guys about different options with the poster board, the movie poster board, and storyboard as well. So who are we working with for the visual
I'm doing the poster.
You're doing the poster and you're doing the storyboard.
Okay.
Perfect. So we can start working, right?
Yep.
You know, anything you guys need from me, just let me know. When we got to the studio, we literally just went straight gung-ho, just started working. We had Gracie and the photography. I was going back and forth, making sure that the storyboard was good. KG was also doing the same with the movie poster as she was writing the treatment. All right, don't be laughing at my little drawing
See,
now,
as
all right?
long as it's a stick figure, I'm good. That's all I need. So you're writing it like this, right?
I don't like that font.
Okay.
She's enraged, but still emotional because it's like my mother.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good right there. I like it. Okay. A little more pain in your face.
Look at the waterfall.
Okay, photographer
We went to
Gracie.
the romantic getaway location, and it was definitely everything that we thought it would be. It was like waterfalls, the rock, like, you know, we was able to create a whole picnic vibe. This was perfect for our storyboard.
Y'all camping right
They're
here.
actually
Now you
going
can
to
hand
be
feed
the
him,
models
fruits
on the
and shit.
poster.
Make it look all sexy, okay?
Oh my gosh. I don't trust that shot. That makes no sense. It's not even no water.
Chill out. I'm capturing the water. I need you to start feeding him fruit and shit. You're taking a shot. Like, no, really though. Like, I ain't really taking a shot yet.
All right, get right there real quick. This hustle in particular has really made me face my fears of emotion, just because Teron is shirtless and he's right here on my neck, so it's kind of hard.
That'll be a distraction for you.
Feelings sometimes are really uncontrollable,
Agreed.
and I can't allow my focus to be with Teron when I gotta remember initially I came here to win this six-figure
baby.
salary. I want the waterfall and everything, like this whole background, that's the whole point of this.
Look, trust me for a second, okay? Sierra's super talented, but right now she's slipping on her pimping. She's wasting valuable time. Come on, Sierra. I mean, it's lovey-dovey, birds and the bees. It's all good. That's cool. But are we gonna sell a movie here?
We only got 10 minutes.
I'm getting a quick zoom in, and we gone.
Is that the one? Let me get him. Yeah. So, in order to have it on a poster, you have to have room
Like a little
around it. Yeah. There should be no parts of her body cut off in the picture. because then we're limited in what we can do with it.
I am point emphasis, one of the biggest parts of the whole pitch. The poster, if this doesn't come out right, then that's my ass.
So you have to reshoot it.
Yeah, it's okay. She's still here. Okay.
Here, can I get some of these? The shots that Gracie got in the studio are pretty bad. Gracie is great, but I don't know, like, I just felt like I had to take the camera and do it myself. Head down just a little bit. I mean, I was frustrated because we barely had time for what we needed to do. Now we don't have any of those shots.
Well, who was monitoring?
Just tell me what you want me to do. You know, I appreciate, like, if I didn't do something right, just let me know and I can fix it and do it, you know. Like, I'm not like a 5-year-old. You don't have to, like, hold my hand. You know, just let me know, hey, Gracie, could you do this way, you know, and then I'll adjust.
Yes, just like that. Hold that.
What is Gracie doing?
Gracie is pretty much what we call in the streets, staying out the way.
She's just trying to be nice and smart and not do too much. But low risk is low reward. Yeah. She's a wildflower. There are no perks for wildflowers here.
Hey man, how's it going?
How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm George. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. How are y'all?
Busy.
Excited to work on this project with y'all, see what we can do. Heard we're doing a romantic comedy.
Yes.
You guys have a name for this movie?
Staying with Uncle G money.
Staying with Uncle G on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once we left the romantic location, it's like, all right, boom, that's done. What's next? Like, I'm always thinking about what's next. We don't have that much time.
Soon as she gets home from school on Monday, that's when the corruption starts.
That's fine. That works. Just the faster I can get the photos, the faster I can get them edited.
So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and call the actress in, so we can go ahead and get these. Yeah, I got a shop set up.
All right.
Equipment's looking good. Tested it all, so
Okay, good.
we're about good to go over here. All right. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. My name's George.
I'm Jordan.
You needing an audition?
Jordan, I understand what
For
our
his stripper
storyline
girlfriend?
is supposed to be, but I don't see the comedy. Everything I see so far is just Sierra and Tehran at the waterfall, you know? I mean, come on. Like, when are we gonna get to the funny part of this? I think it's time for me to step in and get that comedy.
You know, in all of his remarks, George continued to harp on the romantic, you know, on the relationship. I feel like if it comes down to this team, that's gonna be all we hear when he's in front of T.I. They was focusing on the romantic and whatever they got going on. He gonna definitely throw that in the curve, and so they need to be ready. I think I need Sierra to be on her game and ready to, you know, refute anything he comes at it. But he's continuing to make these remarks for a reason.
We need to hustle. We're trying to win around here.
Look at my niece. Hey, niece. What's up, niece?
Hi, Uncle. George gets on my nerves really easy. He comes up with these ideas, but then he loses focus.
Snow Bunny, how you doing, Snow Bunny? Oh, baby, I missed you, girl.
I don't know what started happening, but it's like, when it's time to hustle, it's time to focus. Like, it's no time to, like, get lit right now. Like, if you're not focused, this could probably, like, cost us the whole freaking challenge right now.
Him not being
What the
focused.
is happening right now?
It seems like that's gonna be the premise of her.
Like, this takes place in New York City, whatever.
Okay, why don't we use some of the background that we did?
I already told him.
Yeah,
We're already working on it. We're good.
because you could even use the.
We took some other shots. We're good. Yeah, don't worry about
All right,
it.
KG.
I'm gonna make it through.
Was she
Don't blow me off,
frustrated
though. I don't know what you guys have said. I'm just giving, you know what I mean? Just chill out, guys. The tension right now, like you could literally cut it with a knife. KG snapped a little bit, and I snapped right back.
Gracie, you working on a budget, right? You working on a budget?
Do you need, like, direct budget for us?
It pains me to say this, but my sis, Gracie, contributed the least today. I don't really have time for that. Jonathan and I both have type A personalities. We want to get shit done. We want it to be correct. And we do bump heads at times. But at the end of the day, we have deadlines to complete.
Let me give you a list of things I wanted to put in it. The average cost for action would be...
I think Gracie kind of felt a little bit of a way, which is a tragedy right now because we don't have that much time left.
Okay, that's good.
Some crystal
And
spark.
now you press this button right here. You go over here. You hold that down.
George, as the photographer, that was probably a bad idea.
Give me some action. All right, that's the perfect shot right there.
He was just shooting.
Yeah, y'all are family.
Cover your face.
He took the freaking camera off the tripod and is like moving it all around. George is just discombobulated in more ways than 5, but at least he's trying to figure it out. Tehran is literally not doing anything. I just feel like I always have to carry the team. Yeah, let me see. It's not centered for one. That's kind of cool, but it's not focused either. Hold up.
It's focused. It's on autofocus.
Yeah, that's not focused.
That's not how you focus. It's just.
I'm doing it, George. I'm looking right at it. The images weren't focused. See how clear it is? That one was blurry. Look, let me show you. And me being point, like, I don't have time for any flaws, so no. Why are you touching it?
I'm trying to get a wider shot. You want to take over as photographer?
Yeah, I do, because I'm not going for no half-ass nothing. It's not that hard. Just freaking shoot and just focus. Like, it's not that hard. And now I gotta be over his shoulder to make sure every picture and every angle is okay.
Can we have some positive energy now? Because you already said what you said. You want me to repeat everything you said? It wasn't focused. You told me it wasn't focused. I didn't listen. So, I mean,
Do the wide
you keep saying the
shot
same
and
thing
then I'll
over
focus
again.
it.
Look, you already know you're the chief in this competition, Sierra. So stop telling me
what
how to do my
George
damn
do.
job. Do your job. You cannot continue to ride my damn back.
Look at these with Tehran. Blurry.
You wasn't looking.
Is that PowerPoint you making? Is that the one where you...
See, sometimes you quick to I'll be quick to say sabotage, but I hope George wouldn't do that to sacrifice his team in winning. But if you couldn't see that while you're taking the pictures, you can't see that these are blurry, you probably need to focus a little bit more on what you're doing. You know, if she had to come back and see that all those pictures were blurry and had to refix the focus and all of that good stuff, they spent a lot of time taking all these pictures. And so that could be to the detriment of George, but we'll see. But he does what he do. You know, he finds something to get under your skin about, and he ride that thing out.
using? Because I had started...
Yeah, what happened? What did you start?
A PowerPoint for the presentation.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was going to make it the same.
I didn't want you... Okay.
So, we done here?
I think it's perfect. Jonathan, final looks?
I love it.
I love it. We wanted to make sure our project didn't look like some cheap film that you could get from the hair salon. We wanted to make sure that this looked like a quality project. Check. Oh, it looks really good.
Gracie, you know I love me some Gracie. I don't know, it felt like she
look
kind of just
checked
gave
out.
up today.
Thank you so much. You're a pleasure to work with.
KG and I were over here, we're working side by side, we're making sure stuff's getting done, and Gracie's just like kind of over here. What else do you have to do, Gracie?
Like the entire presentation with numbers.
Got it.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so these are all of the pictures that I got.
I guess that's something that we have to make sure we monitor about ourselves once we get that critique of once we've spent a lot of time doing some things, because I guess she still feels a way that she spent a lot of time getting the first set of pictures, and then they felt like they had to go back and do them all over, and so she just kind of feel dejected from that, you know, critique of what she's done, and now she feels like she just wasted time, and now she just mentally checked out. And so we have to make sure we monitor ourselves when we're working in a team environment, that even though we've put a lot of time, because the time is just the thing that makes you upset. You like, I done spent all this time and y'all ain't gonna use not one picture. And so I can understand how they can bring on a sense of defeat. But we have to monitor and make sure that we're still cut on for the rest of the activities and the tasks that need to happen, and we're able to just move on. So I hate that Gracie is feeling in this way where she feel like she's just on the outs, and because at the last moments of the competition, it's only slim pickings. There's only so many people to choose from, and so the one thing that could get you sent out is the thing that she's doing, and that's separating herself from the team. And they know that this is a big project. So I hope she kind of gets that together.
from y'all. These aren't especially great.
The focus is terrible.
Yeah, these are terrible.
Where's George? Like, that's what I was trying to show him earlier. On the actual camera, I had to focus it correctly, position everything correctly, put people in the right angles, and he must have put it back.
So how we looking over here?
We're gonna have to reshoot these, and that's gonna waste time because they're blurry, and I don't do have nothing.
You mentioned it already. Are you gonna keep talking about that?
But when I tell you something the first time, I need you to listen.
I mean, I think we got a pretty good shot.
I don't need a pretty good shot. I strive for greatness.
Sierra, you trying to micromanage a little too much around here.
So the family shot is not a great shot?
No.
Maybe you put it out of focus because you're the only person who touched the camera. I mean, the shots were pretty good at the landscape waterfall scene with y'all finger food eating. Now, if the lens is not focused, I wonder how that happened.
All right, so you done with that now, or?
Got to be more careful.
No, you're not.
It look like they both having trouble.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the struggle you have to endure to make it to your goals.
Man.
People only want to see the end result. You know what I mean?
They don't even want to hear about it.
They don't even, hell no.
I think it's a sob story, yeah.
What you got?
It's sad, but so very true.
Oh, damn. This shit actually looks dope.
Our movie poster looks bomb. We have a few more things we need to do to tidy up our pitch, but I'm like really confident that we're gonna come out with the win.
Let's rehearse for a good 20 to 30 minutes.
Yes,
At the studio,
rehearsal.
I literally felt like this was the least confident I've ever felt going into a presentation.
For Justice is a character-driven, action-packed picture.
There's a lot of explosions, torpedoes, gunfire, a lot of CGI, but we were able to practice a little bit and get everything set up for the presentation, so I'm actually excited.
Why can't I get this as a what? I needed it as a PDF, and she saved it in Adobe. We still have a lot to get done, and we don't have a lot of time, so we have to use our time, like, the best way that we can.
You know, we don't have any analytics about rom-coms.
Anything that you feel like we need or anything, just look it up, write it down so we can just log it in. I thought that we would be able to rehearse, but we don't have time for that. So no pressure here. It's just like we need to come correct or just don't come at all.
Y'all better rehearse while you working. Rehearse while you work, cause you know your team needs some preparation time to go over the presentation. You can't just do a whole movie pitch and not have a time that's dedicated to y'all going over the presentation in front of the buyer. That's not gonna work. Now I feel like their team, I hope they pull it together.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
This is for you. This is for you, sir.
Thank you.
So today we're going to chat with you about For Justice. For Justice is a character-driven, action-packed picture about an educated, conscious, badass young woman who, due to the loss of her parents, has this huge vendetta against racist political leaders.
There's a lot of explosions, torpedoes, gunfire, a lot of CGI, you know what I mean, to keep the costs down, you feel me? But this basically will showcase a badass black woman embracing her afro, tight leather pants, and kicking ass while doing it, you feel me?
All right.
Let's get into the marketing goals a little bit.
Yes, so our goal is to really just blow this movie up. The goal is to have Justice be the new superhero, really. This is something that can go into theme parks that always do like superhero type things.
So, theme park rides. Okay.
Right.
So, you have a beautiful young black lady. Angry. Murdering white people. Now, which theme park exactly do you think this would belong? Usually when you get to murder, it kind of shifts the demographic a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, touche. Like, I feel you. I hear you loud and clear on that.
So our projected budget is $40 million.
Do you think 40 million is an accurate number, Doug?
No, I don't think.
You don't?
I don't.
We were looking at Fast and Furious was, what, 70 million?
We can't even talk about it, though. They done made over $1 billion in revenue. They have an unlimited amount of funds and resources going into that. I think it's a strong story, you have strong characters, but I think 40 million is a bit ambitious for this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for your time.
For having us.
They compared them to
Overall, I think we did pretty well.
a different level.
Jonathan and I brought a lot of information we needed. Gracie has definitely picked up from whatever she was feeling and is a valuable member to the team. I think we got this one in the bag.
So, what do you think?
I don't know, bro.
I mean, I think it's a great story. I just think they're a little bit ambitious with it.
Very ambitious.
I wonder what the next team will have to present.
Oh man, I hope Sierra bring it together, man.
Going into this presentation,
got
I am
marketing
super
numbers.
nervous because we didn't even get a chance to rehearse the actual
Girl,
presentation
I feel
altogether.
it with you.
Okay.
We like the lost the movie.
Hopefully me and Teron are able to just play off one another and just have some enthusiasm when it comes to this.
Staying with
hope
Uncle
the best.
G Money.
Guaranteed to be funny.
As you can see, the title of our movie is Staying with Uncle G Money. In our movie, we decided to take the typical family member babysitter and we threw in the ratchet uncle
Uncle G Money, my brother, coming in to take care of my little princess.
as her parents go on a romantic getaway.
My little princess Rashida has now turned into Ra-Ra.
This is really just the updated version of Uncle Buck.
Oh my gosh.
It's the same premise.
But the black version.
I guess you could say that.
So,
Oh, for real, y'all. I did not see this. I saw it a long time ago, and I don't think that I remembered that. But he said the exact same thing. It's just like a reboot. That's already a strike against them. And the fact that they're not coming with a little bit more information as far as what their marketing plan, we're going to give it some time. Maybe I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let's go.
one of the fine points about this movie is that Snow Bunny is my new girlfriend who was an ex-stripper.
Really, George? What is this
Stop
right
talking.
now? I told you, it's not a good idea for you to speak.
So our targeted demographics is between 19 to 35. That's Generation Y, Millennials, Next Gen.
I definitely was thinking, if I can tell George to shut up right now as we're in front of T.I., I probably should, but I didn't.
But he
So what's happening
communicating the
now
information.
with rom-coms is
Why you're not?
they're hit and miss at this point because the traditional values and also the marriage rate has decreased amongst Americans. The average.
I'm going to need you to have some
I
better
fell
data
asleep.
points. This
See, I
is
fell
a
asleep.
whole presentation.
I'm like, thanks, George. You're amazing.
The way you're letting him talk.
What do you have for your budget?
man.
We're projecting the budget for this movie to be about 9.5.
Do you have any ideas for merchandising
As far as merchandising for, what was that?
for the film? Merchandise?
Just mainly the wardrobe.
Not really, no.
Uncle G Money has a fine
T-shirts.
affinity for urban clothes.
He's not
such
talking
as
about
Hustle
the
Gang.
story. He talking about marketing efforts.
We have to be a little more creative.
Well, Uncle G Money is writing a book about the ratchet world and how to survive in the ratchet world. So
Okay.
And they keep letting George respond. Oh, Sierra, step in and say something, baby, please.
I got it. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Right on, guys.
Thanks.
Honestly, I feel
Sierra.
like the presentation was just an epic fail. George wasn't going to talk, but he did. So it's like, if we lose, George, peace.
I don't think
see
that's
it.
how it's gonna work.
You don't see it at all.
At all.
But see, there is a business model already present. You have the Uncle Buck factor. And also, to be wrong about this, it costs you $10 million. You'd be wrong about justice, it costs you about 25.
Them
So
the
for Team
decisions.
Hustle, though, they have a much better storyline and also much more risk involved.
Bigger chance to lose?
High risk, high reward. I guess they say you get what you pay for.
I think you definitely gonna get what you pay for.
walking into elimination, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling like I really busted my tail today. Like, it's no way, because T.I. said he was gonna, you know, send home the least effective person. So I have no worries at all.
Going into elimination, I don't know how I feel. T.I. said that he felt like we were a little too ambitious with the budget that we picked. He's a businessman. He wants to know about the money. So now I don't know where we stand.
They reached for the stars.
We meet again. It is that time. Time we see who possesses the hustle that's versatile enough to earn a 6-figure salary in my grand hustle empire. And for one more, it is that time that we say goodbye. This week you were tested on film industry. What I needed you to do is pitch me a viable movie that we could produce, develop, and make money with. Now you both interpreted that in your own way. Checked all of the little boxes. But see, checking boxes ain't always a recipe for success. Let's get down to it. Jonathan, it's your second time as point.
Yes, sir.
How'd it go?
I ain't gonna lie, this was hard. Your boy was sweating.
If you're here, next week will be even more difficult. The thing about you guys' idea, you overpriced it quite a bit, ignoring the bottom line. The pitch is important. Sometimes you can have a great idea, a bad pitch, have a catastrophic outcome. Sierra?
Yes.
You were the point here.
Yes.
The good thing was it was an affordable film. You did keep it where it was low risk and manageable. That did make it attractive. George, how'd you feel about it?
I felt that we did the best we could, considering the genre.
Now look, there are tons of romantic comedies that are proven moneymakers. So either you performed or you didn't.
I think I did.
I think I did.
Do you? Jonathan, tell me who was the weakest link?
It would have to be Gracie. There were certain times where I felt like I was doing her role, but she was working the entire time, so.
So that would mean your MVP would be?
Crystal definitely was the MVP in this.
Sierra, who was your weakest link?
She's not gonna throw a man under the bus, and of course it's always gonna be me. So I could take that.
That's not even it. Like, when it came to the photography, I was trying to tell George how to focus, and he wasn't listening. And it's like,
you see how George was quick to put in that whole relationship dynamic? That's how stuff could come back and bite you in the end. She's not gonna throw her boyfriend under the bus when he know he had a very important role on the team, and that was getting these pictures ready for the poster, and they all were blurry. Of course he gonna deflect and say how you know it was him and all that good stuff, but that's what he does. And so, oh man, I really feel like Sierra is leaving this week, y'all. Man.
Like, the image that we used for the poster board was the one that I had to take because I had to step behind the camera and focus it out. If he would have just listened. Teron, him as well, just because.
Him as well, what?
I'm sorry?
You say Teron as well, what?
As far as, like, the weakest.
Oh, Teron. Oh, so everybody on your team weak.
When Teron was presenting the actual scenes, he didn't give a clear and concise, like, scene by scene, so you weren't really able to grasp what we were trying to tell you.
No MVP for you.
She was the MVP.
Did you guys think that I was weak?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, please explain.
Well, you spent too much time, like I said, focusing on a one little minute
Was
detail.
that still working?
I'm trying to talk. You always
That
accuse
didn't
me of not
distract you
listening,
from
but you're not
working?
listening right now.
Guys,
So corny.
I like you all. You made it this far. I commend you. Now, just to be honest with you, all pitches taken into full consideration, both concepts, both budgets, all things considered, I must honestly say, my money would be more comfortably invested in
Say that action.
all things considered, I must honestly say, my money would be more comfortably invested in for justice.
I mean, somebody
Team
from
hustle,
the other
you
team. Come on.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead, enjoy yourselves this evening. Team Graham, center yourselves. There's a lot of blame to go around. Everybody did something wrong. The pitch was not very good. The characters were not thought past yourselves.
Yeah.
You imagined yourselves
that
in a
up.
different situation, but you did not create a story with fictional characters that make up a world. And it was not even a romantic comedy. It was more about romance than it was about comedy.
That's music
Sierra,
to George
first of all,
ears.
you are point. How did
Dang, she
you
finna go
let
home.
George pitch? Knowing that he isn't a good pitcher. We just learned this at the casino.
George always speak too much, man.
No, so it was your idea to let George pitch.
That wasn't my idea.
He taking
George
up.
gets going.
Come
Nobody
on.
can stop. He's like an energizer bunny.
Sorry, man. I'm an adjunct professor, so sometimes it's monotone, but I hope I did justice when it came to the actual numbers.
If your students are falling asleep in class,
They don't.
I fell asleep. Teron, what do you think?
Ultimately, you said the storyline was weak. That's what I was in charge of. So as far as the weakest link, I feel like based off of your comments, I feel like I was.
This
He
man
go
a
down
modern
the
day
sword.
hero. I'm telling you. So you think you should go?
I ain't say I think I should go, but if you think that there wasn't enough storyline, then that was on me.
No,
I'll take
that's exactly
responsibility
what
and
you
accountability
said.
for my role.
I appreciate that.
Just nominate George then. I don't want to break up a happy couple, so.
Shut up.
Violence, all right?
Stop. Seriously.
Speak
You
too
weak.
much, man. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
go,
You always
don't
speak
go
ain't got
that
shit to
way
do with
though,
nobody
Sierra.
hustle.
Take up for yourself
Period.
and say what you've been doing.
You're not keeping it real. Just keep it a set. I don't want to break up their happy home.
And I think also, Teron may have had difference of opinions as well, but because that's his old lady, he
Shut
didn't
up.
want to
Stop.
His
talk about
Seriously.
it too much to avoid
Stop.
conflict.
You are so weak, George. Seriously.
Can I
Come
say
on,
something?
you know you got to fight him
Yes.
with better words than that.
It isn't necessarily the things you did horribly wrong. It's just the thing you didn't do especially right. So, I have a
presentation?
question. Did you guys even practice your pitch?
You could tell they didn't.
No.
That's a point
You did
responsibility.
You didn't even think enough of the process to rehearse your pitch and prepare yourself.
That's a point mistake, Sierra. Dang.
I've
man.
told you guys several times.
Look at him
Success is when
smiling.
opportunity meets preparation. And for this opportunity,
Oh man.
you guys did
Let
not
Teron
prepare.
go.
That happened under your leadership, Sierra. Your time here has run out.
That was my girl.
You're still corny. Thank you.
I still love you, Sierra. Ain't nothing you can do about that.
I should not be going home right now. I worked too hard, way too hard, to even be sitting out here right now. Like, some bullshit.
It could be either of you next week. Very easily. The only thing to save either of you is the fact that she was born. You have an opportunity right now. You can fall out right now, Teron. She waiting on you. I tell you what, if you want to go ahead and clip yourself, you know what I'm saying?
They doing.
What do
They
you think?
making light of all of that.
I got nothing to lose right now at this point. Real rap, everything the game. Like, this real life. So, nah.
I suggest you guys think on how you gonna better yourselves. All those people downstairs want to beat you. What are you going to do to remain? I leave you with that. Have a good evening.
With the salute. Let me gather myself for a moment, y'all, because he done sent my girl Sierra home. Man. I said before when the assignment was given, I said, I hope they don't cast themselves in these roles or even make it about them. And then once he gave the jump, everything just kind of went downhill once they heard it was a romantic comedy. Okay, let me regroup. All right, y'all. And so we've seen that Sierra has been the latest casualty to the competition. She was able to, well, I'm not even sure. It's unfortunate that she had to go out this way, really, for real. And I appreciate the attempt that Teron had in standing up and saying, look, if that was the problem, that was my role, that's my fault, it shouldn't be me that's going home. To deflect off of her being the point and being responsible for whatever breakdown that happened. So I guess I appreciate that effort of him, but ultimately that whole thing with George running and doing the actual pitch and them not having time to practice for the pitch, that was her downfall. That was the decision that ultimately really just brought everything together and said, okay, this is not working. It wasn't a good pitch for me. And because of that, Sierra, you have to go home. So unfortunate, man. Sierra, I was rooting for you, girl. I really was. In my heart, I was rooting for you, girl. So thoughts for the other team that won the action movie. They really had they pulled it together with it only being 3 of them, pitching a whole movie, coming up with the treatment, coming up, with the ideas, and then doing the actual photo shoot. They really did have a full, completed, presentation to bring to a potential buyer. Well, T.I.'s organization. And I think with Gracie kind of stepping out and going into that background, we all get to that point where we just something just hits us real hard and we kind of check out for a moment. So I'm glad that wasn't to her detriment. I'm glad that they were able to win and she's continuing on in the competition, because I think she has some more to show as well. We've seen that she's very charismatic and real nice. Even as T.I. alluded to, being a wallpaper, being a wallflower in his organization is not going to work. And so she really has to show a little bit more about her tenacity as it relates to her being a person that someone will come to respect ideas from and will go to fix things and find solutions for things. And so right now she's just real nice and sweet. She could be a great host, but I think in the remaining episodes we need to see a little bit more of what Grace is able to handle and how she's able to influence the end result of a project. So I hope we see more of that. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying until the end. I really do appreciate that, you guys watching it all the way through. Thank you so much. Please be sure to hit the like button and become a subscriber if you like this content. And make sure you check us out for the next one.